You hear that hum? It sounds like a bunch of worker bees, and it is. But they're not making honey, they're making beds. Check that, they're building beds.
Good morning, family. It's time to hit the streets. I've got good news today. It's time to be the change. It's time to stand up, get up, 'cause it's time to get up.
Hey gang, we're at Arlington United Methodist Church where the Maryland Heights chapter of Sleep in Heavenly Peace is doing a bed build. I know what you're thinking. What is Sleep in Heavenly Peace? What's a bed build? Glad you asked.
Sleep in Heavenly Peace is a national organization. It's a nonprofit that simply builds beds for kids that don't have any.
Tell me, how did you get involved?
I actually read an article about the founder, Luke Mickelson. He heard a need for one bed for one child, and he thought, we'll build them a bed and do it. And that was, he thought, was going to be the end of it. And it's exploded from there.
There are people who do not have basic necessities. This is a way we can tangibly be a part of making things better. From a missional standpoint, as a pastor, this is an ideal opportunity. I've had my 5-year-old son come in and help carry lumber. We've had like mid-90s people pulling on the lever, getting the drill bits down. Literally, every single age group can be a part of this.
I want to make sure that no kid in our town is sleeping on the floor. Anyone can come down and be a part of a build, and it's super easy. We'll teach you what to do, and before you know it, you'll have helped us build 15 to 30 beds that day. It's very fulfilling to know that we are helping people in our community.
They figure between 2 and 3% of the population is kids that sleep on the floor, or sleep on the couch, or several to a bed. So in this area, that would be about 26,000 kids. We take the bed and the mattress, all the bedding, and a pillow, and a comforter on top of that, and then we deliver that. And then we go into the house, we go in, we set everything up, and it's ready to sleep in that night. It's just amazing, especially when the kids are there and they see their beds. We've delivered the kids that didn't even know what a bed was. They had no idea what they were getting, and the relief on the parent's face is it's undescribable, actually.
I love this organization. They saw a need and they moved to meet it. And I love how easy it is to onboard into it. You don't need any special skills. You heard Steve say it. Anybody can do this. It's broken down into assembly line tasks. What am I learning today, Steve?
We're going to work on one of the legs here, and we've already drilled out the small holes. So on this drill press, we're going to drill the big holes. And there's 3 holes here, and we're just going to line those up with that circle, turn on the drill press there, flips up, and then just bring it down and...
let's see here. Boom.
And then we'll slide this one down and do the same thing. And then one more.
One more. Ah!
And we have a leg.
We have a leg. Who says I'm not Tim the Tool Man, right?
That's right.
Look at that. I got skills now. Hey, speaking of skills, there's a ministry in Washington Park, Illinois. It's Good Samaritan Ministries. They move to the needs of that community in an amazing way. And one way they're doing so is by teaching the young men some basic skills.
We are a Christ-centered ministry to help equip people for Christ-like living and to make a positive change in Washington Park. We do a lot of things. We have an after-school program for about 15 kids. We take out food to the homeless. We work with the youth. We have a clothing closet. We have a washers and dryers. People can do laundry free. So many things that we want to offer this community, and we have the physical plant to do it. The space we are in right now, it is called the Order Industrial Arts Center. So the way this program started was I looked at some of our teenage boys, and I just thought, who is going to teach them how to put a ceiling fan in, how to fix the toilet when it breaks in their own house? because a lot of the kids here are raised by single moms. And with that thought, that led to, well, why can't we teach them here? And within the last 2 years, it has all come to fruition.
The whole heart of this is to minister to the teenage boys and the community. So we want to minister to them as a whole person, spiritually, physically, training for the rest of their life, give them encouragement, and really push them to think about what they fit into. Most of these boys have a pretty rugged background. And if we can show them that we care about them, show them the love of Jesus, I think we can make a difference in their life. And that's the ultimate goal.
I love that ministry, so basic, right? I mean, here's Larry, these men that have this knowledge that they're able to pour into these young men. Young men are able to receive it and take it with them as they move on into life. Such a cool ministry. Hey, I'm learning some new skills myself here at Sleep in Heavenly Peace, and we got more coming your way as they're on their way to building these beds. It's coming up right here on the thread. My bad.
Our first mission is to bring glory to God. That's why we're here. We have a talent, it just happens to be banking.
So M1 Bank is banking on a mission fueled by the power of purpose.
It gets a point in your life where you got to live it every day, not just believe it.
I'm believing that this is going to catch on and we're all going to thread up.
For us in our house, this is how we're going to serve the Lord and His purpose. And we're going to do it through the financial institution that happens to be called M1 Bank.
Hey friends, let's be honest. Nobody knows what the future holds, but we all know what we want our future to look like. Lower taxes, guaranteed income, financial stability. Sound pretty good? Now, all you have to do is call an attorney, an insurance agent, a money manager, and a tax advisor. Or you can call the one place that has it all under one roof. Our friends at Circle of Advisors secure us. In 20 years, not a single client has lost even a dime to market volatility. They've helped walk with the thread since day one to help secure our future, and they'll do the same for you too.
Welcome to Mattress Direct, where you're guaranteed the lowest price on a brand name mattress. Like this adjustable beauty rest, a $1,400 value, just $5.99 at Mattress Direct. Or upgrade to king size for just $8.99. Order online or in the store. Either way, you'll get the guaranteed lowest price, a full year to try it. We'll deliver it for free, set it up, and even take your old one away. That is the Mattress Direct promise. Nobody sells beauty rest for less. Nobody.
Hey Threadheads, I love our time together on Saturday mornings, but it's just not long enough. We should get together more often. You know what? I got a way we can do that. You can follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We'll share messages throughout the week to get you through your week. We've got content that just doesn't make it on the TV show. We'll share that with you. All kinds of ways for us to interact, and we don't have to wait 7 days to do it. So follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and we can thread up all week long. It's time to thread up, y'all.
At Emmaus, we help adults with developmental disabilities live their best lives. What that means is we do life with them. We care for their needs, we move toward their wants, and we share love and laughter with them. Our direct support professionals are the main vessel through whom our clients receive their care.
If you want to be a part of something bigger than yourself that blesses you through blessing others, join the team here at Emmaus and witness lives transformed, yours included.
At Emmaus, we do work that matters.
Welcome back to The Thread. We're with the Maryland Heights chapter of Sleep in Heavenly Peace, where they're in the middle of a bed build, where they're building beds for kids in our area who simply don't have them. And Melissa, you're teaching me your job today. I like the tool we're using. I think I can use a hammer.
I think you can.
Yeah, I'm hopeful.
This is a jig.
Gotcha.
We're gonna put the wood in flush against the front and the back. There are some screws here, so every time the wood comes out uniformly, you just hammer.
Put a little elbow grease into it, right?
Put a little elbow grease, and then you can see your markings so that the drill people can drill them.
Got it. Let me give it a try.
Don't screw up, Tim.
All right, I'm gonna try. How we do?
Maybe you should try a few more.
Okay. I think I found the right tool though. Unplugged with a hammer. Hey, speaking of unplugged, there's another organization that's moving to the needs of our young people, trying to get them unplugged off those devices for a bit. It's the mission of Tony Krieg, and it's a great one.
Missouri Kids Unplugged is a nonprofit group, 501c3, that we started 6 years ago with an emphasis on getting kids and their families off of electronics. That we wanted them to disconnect from their electronics for a while, reconnect with each other and nature. My wife and I went to a restaurant with her mother and father, and we saw somebody else that was coming in to eat lead their kid with their head straight down by their head and move them around the traffic and set them down on the table across from us. It was a birthday party. Only one child was not on their phone. So they went through the whole process of celebrating the birthday, and they weren't engaged. They weren't connecting with each other. They were on their phones. I'm like, what are we doing as a society? Where are we going? You know, and how can we make a difference? Of course, the only way to get the word out for people that are on their electronics all the time is through Facebook, social media, our website, and of course word of mouth too has spread over the past 6 years. Generally, when we're not having COVID days, we have about 5 to 6 public events out here a year that vary anything from, like today, we have a family fish distancing day. Where we're inviting anybody to come out with their kids and they get to go fishing. We'll provide them with poles, with equipment, with help, with whatever they need to make sure it's a successful day for them. We also have open house days where we have hot air balloons come out. We have build-it programs with birdhouses and toolboxes. Anything that we can do that's outside that can have a hands-on presentation. The thing that gets me the most is when a kid catches his first fish. That smile on their face and the unbelievable feeling of optimism that they did something themselves and they get to see it on the other end. Fishing is my passion, and whenever I get to see a kid catch his first fish, that's it for me. Woo! I've had so many parents feel the need to come back and let us know that it's made a positive impact on their kids and that they have put down the phones and have showed interest in doing other things outside of it. And that's been big for us as well. And the same thing goes for the parents. You know, we encourage the parents. The parents are just as bad as the kids. We encourage them to have some boundaries, set some time, you know, to just engage with the kids, go outside, put the phones down, disconnect.
I love that the families can come out here and fish and spend time together and just be with one another.
We see repeat, but we also see fresh faces every single time that we have an event.
I think it's amazing that somebody would take the time and see the vision and then create this and do this. This is the first time that my kids and I have been out here.
We've seen it progress to a demand that we can't even begin to meet because we do it all for free. I wish that we could provide more. Eventually, that would be our hope, is that we could have enough funding to provide it on a larger scale than what we already are.
It's awesome, it's refreshing, it's a nice change of pace, it's fun, I enjoy this. But I haven't had the chance to do it lately.
The depression and anxiety that the kids are feeling from being on their electronics, they don't have that connection of friends and friendship and that physical closeness of being able to do stuff with them and laugh and giggle and just have fun like kids should have.
Getting outside, getting away from electronics and computer screens or TV screens whenever they can.
That's our biggest message, is to disconnect from your electronics, even if it's just for a little bit, and reconnect with each other.
Given the choice of playing a video game or catching bluegill, I'd rather catch a bluegill because I don't have to stare at my phone all day.
Oh, definitely this. I'd do this 24/7 if I could.
What keeps me going is the fact that I know it's not going away, that electronics are going to be part of our lives, and we have to figure out how to have that disconnect.
I love Tony, and I love his heart for young people in our area. And again, it's another mission where they saw a need and they just moved to it. I love that. Hey, here's a young man, 16-year-old Kogan, who's actually plugged in right now for a great reason. It's the last step in building a bed. Tell me what you got.
So this is our branding iron. It is the last step before you ship off the beds.
Awesome. Do your thing, man. Oh, you think that branding iron's hot? I got something that's hot because I got some questions and I'm in need of some answers. It's time for the hot seat. That's right, it's time for the hot seat, or the hotbed in this case. We've got Melissa in the hot seat. She's gonna be taking it on. She's got her friends around her, a team of support. Are we ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right, Melissa, here's the deal. 8 questions, 30 seconds on the clock. The questions are, pertaining to either making a bed or building a bed. I'll say something or some skill necessary. You tell me whether it's related to making a bed or building a bed.
Got it.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Y'all ready? Okay. All right, here we go. Question number 1, a drill press.
Building a bed.
Yeah! Managing to stuff 20 pounds of pillow in a 12-pound pillowcase.
Making a bed.
Yeah, absolutely, making a bed. Sanding.
Building a bed.
Building a bed, yeah. Figuring out that fitted sheet.
Making a bed.
I never get that thing right the first time. Anybody else struggle with the fitted sheet?
Never.
I never get it right. Okay. All right, you need a lot of wood for this one.
Building a bed.
Building a bed, yeah. A comforter.
Making a bed.
Yes, but it could also pertain to building a bed. If you hit your finger with the hammer, you may need a little comforter to come and kind of.
That is true.
I had some struggles, just saying. All right, and the ability to arrange an excessive amount of throw pillows.
Making a bed.
Making a bed. And finally, a team of people working together with similar hearts.
Build a bed.
Building a bed. We got it right here. Hey, Melissa, guess what?
What?
You just conquered the hot seat. Yeah. And you built some beds. Woo! John Larson's Allstate agency is all about family. He's a second-generation agent. He loves on his team like family, and we're proud to say that he and his team are now members of the Thread family.
Thanks, Tim.
Thank you.
You know, I love what I do. I'm an insurance agent. I take care of people's lives every single day. We've got locations in Winsfield, Chesterfield, and Troy, Missouri. But more than that, this business has become a ministry. Call us and find out what makes us different.
Come see John and his team, and I guarantee you, they'll treat you like family too. Hey, Threadheads, you no doubt know Don Brown.
Don Brown Chevrolet. Don Brown Chevrolet. Don Brown Chevrolet.
And you probably know that Don has a flair for fashion and a knack for cars, but he also has a heart for people.
I learned from my father a long time ago, it's not about one person, it's about the entire community. It is a car business, but it's a people business. It's about the people. It's not about the products, it's about the people.
If you're in the market for a car, come to Don Brown, where it's people over process.
And we're proud to be part of the Thread family, and we'd love to be part of your family.
Does your home show signs of foundation problems? Call the experts at Woods Basement Systems. Our Power Brace system can fix the problem permanently and help protect the value of your home. Call Woods Basement Systems today. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
It's bringing to light all the different things that people do for others. Every show has something that can help people get involved, and I can't get enough of some of these people that are just so faith-filled, and I'd like to be like that.
Hey friends, we've got a new partner on the Thread. It's USA Mortgage. And each week we're going to share with you a story of how this employee-owned business is using the passions of their people to change their community. All right, Kelly, tell me how USA Mortgage is investing in changing the community.
Well, we started a program called DAS Gives. DAS Acquisition Company is our parent organization. So it was it's like the show. It's like a thread. It's a way to bring your community together, and what better way to do that than to find out what everyone's passionate about. We don't do any third-party solicitations. We only give where our employees give. So if it's important to our employee, it's important to us.
Since its inception, DAS Gives has raised over $230,000.
These charities, they all start with a story. We want to help them tell their story.
So let me get this straight. USA Mortgage is threading up with their employees to empower them to thread up with their communities in their own unique way.
Exactly.
Sound familiar? Welcome back to The Thread. So we've spent the entire morning with the Maryland Heights chapter of Sleep in Heavenly Peace. And this is the goal. This is what they've been working for. A bed for a child in our area who's never had one. Never. What a blessing. Right, and all the stories we've shared with you this morning have dealt with people moving to the needs of young people. But I want to share a story about a young person moving to the needs around them. It's one of the favorite things I got to do this summer and be a part of. I want you to meet Abby Hoffman. She's a runner, but she's also a prayer warrior.
Today I'm running down my neighborhood and I'm praying for the people who really need it, and just giving some hope to the people in our neighborhood.
When COVID hit, I had to start running kind of around my neighborhood because my gym got shut down. And sometimes when I'm running through these streets in my neighborhood, I'll pray for, families. I'll just pray over houses. And I got to thinking, sometimes I wish they knew that I was praying for them. And I thought, well, I guess you could let them know. And then I started thinking about people in our church that would maybe have a passion for this. And she has made it her own in a way that I could have never imagined.
So tell me about the ribbon.
So a ribbon is what signals to me whether you want prayer or if you want me to stop by and say hi. And it just shows me like, hey, I need some prayer. I may not want to come outside or I may not want to talk, but I just want you to pray for me. And I've seen many ribbons outside. Dear God, I ask for safety and for some nice company from these people in this retirement home. Lord, let them know that you're with them. And I ask that whatever they need, Lord, that they would just talk to you and that you'd be there for them through it all. Amen.
Amen. So what advice would you give Tim if he's going to run with you?
Lift your knees up on the hills and keep your back straight.
And stay on 2 feet.
Yeah, stay on 2 feet.
Your pace. I'm keeping up with you. Help me.
I love it. Makes me proud as a mom. It's what the community needs right now. It's amazing to see. They say a child will lead you. She's leading a lot of people.
Is it going to slow you down if I hold on to your shirt?
Probably.
Probably.
This neighborhood, this community has embraced her in a way I couldn't have anticipated. I mean, it's incredible how much support she's got.
Abby's fan club right there. Prayer warriors.
It's been really eye-opening. I was excited at first, and I didn't know what I was getting into. And there were a lot of people supporting me throughout Facebook and throughout whenever I see them running. It was awesome.
Abby, what do you think about when it gets tough, like when you're on a hill like this one? What do you do to keep you going?
Jesus died on the cross, I can run the hill. I tell myself that every time.
You should just put me to shame. Drop the mic. Abby Hoffman, ladies and gentlemen, she'll be here all week.
It gives me so much joy knowing that, me, little Abby Hoffman, can help someone out. It makes me feel really good. It makes me feel like I'm doing something.
Hi, Miss Weber.
How are you?
How are you?
Good.
Second grade teacher, huh?
Yes. Yeah.
Pretty proud of what she's doing?
My first year teaching. She was in my very first class.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you surprised by this at all with her?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
No. She's a role model for us all, definitely bringing our community together, especially right now, so very proud.
I love it. I hope that people love it too. I mean, I'm not really doing it for me. I just want people to know that they have a God who loves them and that I care about our community.
I love that story. Love that girl, love her heart, love that mission, just amazing. And Abby just literally living out what we talk about all the time, loving the next person who crosses your path. I'm on this route, I'm going this way, I'm gonna move to the people around me. I'm gonna be a vessel of God's peace to these folks. And isn't that what we're all called to do? As we go through life, the people we encounter, being a vessel of God's peace. All of these stories we've told today have been that. I mean, look at Missouri Kids Unplugged. They saw a need right in front of their eyes in that restaurant. Those kids on those devices, and they said, we're gonna move to it. We're going to deliver them some peace by getting them off their devices, them and their families, so that they can enjoy God's great creation and be outside. Good Samaritan Ministries, absolutely a vessel of peace to the people of Washington Park, right? And now they're teaching these young men these skills that are not only going to serve them for a lifetime, but be job potentials for them. Employment, giving them some peace as they grow up. And then sleep in heavenly peace. I mean, providing beds for kids who don't have one so they can literally have a peaceful night's sleep. All of these just vessels of God's peace, images of it. And it's all a reflection of the real peace that we receive in Jesus Christ. In John 14:27, Jesus says this, he says, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Not as the world gives do I give to you. Let not your hearts be troubled, neither let them be afraid." See, the word in the Bible used for peace is shalom, and it doesn't mean the absence of struggle. It means a peace and a presence through it and in the midst of it. So the world offers peace through other things, through escape, Like if you just take this, or if you just have this job, or maybe you're gonna get peace through these things and escape it. Jesus is a peace of conquest over whatever troubles we're in. It's that kind of peace that allowed Paul and Silas to be singing while they're in prison. It's that kind of peace that let Paul tell us, be thankful in all things, rejoice always, because we have Jesus Christ, because through his death on the cross and his resurrection and our faith in it, we have a victory over death. Nothing this world can throw at us can take that peace away, ever. It's a beautiful thing. You know, the story's told of a king who had a certain malady, and one of his astrologists told him, you can get over this, you can be cured of this, if we can find the shirt of a contented man and give it to you to wear. So they scoured the countryside looking for a contented man, and they finally found one. Only thing is, he didn't even own a shirt. It's not about our worldly and earthly circumstances. That man had a peace beyond his situation. He had a peace beyond what the world threw at him. That's the kind of peace we have in Jesus Christ. It's available to you and to me. Do you know Jesus as your Lord and Savior? If you do, then you know a peace that surpasses all that the world can ever throw at you. No Jesus, no peace. Know that he has come for you and he's come for me, and we can rest in that. That brings us to the end, but not the end. You know what I'm talking about.
That's a dandy. Is that your first catfish? Is it? You want to give it a kiss for good luck? No?
That's it tonight. Gotcha.
Spot Content Studio.